In an exclusive cover story for the most recent issue of Sports Illustrated, NBA center Jason Collins made a surprising announcement. He said, "I'm a 34-year-old NBA center. I'm black and I'm gay. I didn't set out to be the first openly gay athlete playing in a major American team sport, but since I am, I'm happy to start the conversation. I wish I wasn't the kid in the classroom raising his hand and saying, 'I'm different.' If I had my way, someone else would have already done this. Nobody has, which is why I'm raising my hand." Collins' announcement comes at an important time for professional sports. Although a handful of retired athletes have gone public with their sexuality, no active player in any of the major leagues has come out, and locker room homophobia remains a major problem. But the tide appears to be turning. Just last month, the NHL began a joint partnership with the You Can Play group, an organization devoted to fighting anti-gay bigotry in sports. At such a time, Collins' announcement could be a major catalyst for change in American athletic culture. For more on this, I'm joined by Chris Geidner, senior political and legal reporter for BuzzFlash, and the guy who wrote the story on this. Chris?
Hi. How are you doing?
Great to have you with us. First of all, what's the significance of this?
I mean, I think that the significance of this is that it's been a long time coming. There has never been until today an out gay player in a major league male sport, and that is a barrier that a lot of people have been talking about for a long time, and today it was broken.
Do you expect that this is going to be the beginning of a cascade?
I think that remains to be seen. I think that obviously, as Jason wrote about in his piece in Sports Illustrated, this is a very individual decision. And so I think that the reaction that we see, I mean, President Obama called up Jason Collins to talk about this and give him his support. So that's a pretty good reason to come out. But it's going to be something that as players see the reaction, as players see the way that his career moves forward, he's a free agent, and so it's not clear yet where he's going to be playing next season, and so it remains up in the air, and we'll see how it moves forward.
Yeah, as a free agent, I mean, who picks him up and how and what circumstances? That's going to tell us a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very interesting. ESPN commentator Chris Broussard had this take on Collins' coming out. Take a listen to this.
Personally, I don't believe that you can live an openly homosexual lifestyle or an openly premarital sex between heterosexuals. If you're openly living that type of lifestyle, then the Bible says you know them by their fruits. It says that, that's a sin. And if you're openly living in unrepentant sin, whatever it may be, not just homosexuality, adultery, fornication, premarital sex between heterosexuals, whatever it may be, I believe that's walking in open rebellion to God and to Jesus Christ. So,
is this kind of bigotry, I'll call it. I don't have a better word. And he's dressing it up in religion, but it's bigotry. Is this fellow that we just saw going to be regarded as a fossil and as a bigot, soon as so many are in other areas? Or is the sports world different than the rest of America? Increasingly across America, we don't put up with this kind of talk anymore. But in the sports world, it seems like it's like this insular little subculture.
Well, I think that this is going to be a similar situation to the way that the reaction to Collins is going to influence the way that other players who might be considering coming out react. Yeah. I think that the way that people react to Broussard's comments, the way that the network reacts to it, the way that other anchors react to it will influence the way that the sports world deals with these issues as more. I mean, this is similar to Don't Ask, Don't Tell. This isn't an issue of whether or not there will be gay players in the future. Right. There are gay players now, and the question is whether or not they're going to be comfortable coming out.
We have just a minute left. I understand that Congressman Joe Kennedy actually influenced his decision. You wrote about
and I wrote about that. I mean, Congressman Kennedy had been his roommate at Stanford, and they had talked about it, and he had been in a Pride Parade in Massachusetts, and the congressman had, and when Collins saw, who's straight, and when Collins saw it, he said that for him was a real powerful reason of what he wasn't able to do when he wasn't out, and he's planning on marching with the congressman this year at the Pride Parade.